welcome back. Sorry if the lighting's a little dark today. It gets dark in Japan at about 4:30 p.m. It's crazy and it's already past dinner time. I'm filming this video late today. We had a busy day of doing chores, laundry and shopping and all that boring stuff, so I didn't vlog today, but today I'm going to share with you guys our experience of searching for an apartment in Korea, because lots of you have been asking how our trip went and if we found a place. So if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Charla, welcome to my channel. I've been living in Japan on and off for a total of about 12 years now, maybe 13, stopped counting a while ago. But myself and my husband will be moving to South Korea next year, and we just came back from a trip from Korea. We were there to look for an apartment. So I'm going to tell you guys all about how the searching for the apartment process went and if we found a place, when we're moving, etc. So we had in mind which area of Seoul we wanted to live in. My husband wanted to be close to his working place so that it wouldn't be too much of a commute every day. So we found a station that looked like it was a good location, and we just popped into a real estate place right near the station. We didn't really do any research on where it was good or not. We just popped into the first one we saw and we went in there and we told them our budget, what size apartment we were looking for, and a couple other things that we kind of had on our like must-have list. And the guy was like, no, we don't have anything like that, sorry. And we were like, oh crap, this is gonna be harder than we expected. So we walked down the street to another real estate agent that was like a 1-minute walk away. They're all over the place. They're really easy to find. And we popped in there and there was a really nice looking old lady in there and she invited us in to sit down. She was having lunch and she's like, come in, sit down, have some tea, I'll be finished in a minute. Then she came over and we told her what we wanted. She's like, okay, let me make up a list of all the places I have that fit your wants. And she came up with a list of so many apartments. So I don't know what was wrong with that other real estate agent, but it scared the shit out of me. And I'm so glad that it wasn't true, that there weren't any places for what we wanted in our price range. I guess he just wasn't managing any of those places. So she came up with this huge list of places for us to check out, and she's like, okay, let's head out and look at them. And we went straight outside. It took like 5 minutes for her to come up with this list, and we started walking around the neighborhood and checking out apartments. Now, I had a pretty big list of stuff I wanted. I've lived in several apartments in Japan. I kind of know what I like now. One, I wanted there to be lots of sunlight. I like to have nice lighting in my videos, and also the cats love lying in the sun. So if there's no sunlight coming in through the windows, that would suck for them. And it's just nice to have some sun in your place. I find that it feels like really dreary and depressing when there's no sunlight coming in the windows. So number one priority was some sunlight. Number two, I wanted it to be either a new building or a place that had been freshly renovated. So new wallpaper, new floors, new countertops. I wanted everything to look nice. I didn't want it to be like 70s style, like yellows and browns. I've seen some places like that and no thank you. Number three, we wanted it to have 2 bedrooms, or a bedroom and an office, just 2 separate rooms. Number four, we wanted it to have a separate area for the shower. Now let me explain what the majority of Korean bathrooms look like, or at least bathrooms in apartments. So you have this is all in one room. You have the sink, you have the toilet, and then you have a shower head attached to the wall, and there's a drain in the floor. So the whole room is basically a shower. You can get the whole room wet. But what I really wanted was a little space for the shower so that the toilet and the sink area wouldn't get all wet every time we had a shower. So I wanted the bathroom area to be spacious enough that we could have our shower in the area here and not soak all my makeup and the toilet paper and everything else that we had on the toilet and sink side of the washroom. That was basically all we wanted. Of course, we wanted it to be within like a 10-minute walking distance from the station. But that's about it. So the first place we walked into was way too small for my liking, and that kind of scared me because I thought that that was going to be the size of all the places we went to see. Keyboard-san really liked it. For some reason the size didn't bother him. The place looked nice. It was brand new, very clean looking, but very tiny. And I just didn't feel comfortable with that size place, so I said no. He tried to convince me to rent it, but I really wanted a bigger place. So we moved on to see a couple other places, but I found that there was one thing wrong with all of them. Either there was no sunlight, the bathroom was tiny and we'd have to have a shower like basically standing right beside the toilet, or it was kind of old and there was really like ugly wallpaper, or the tiling in the bathroom was like yellow or something. There was just one thing wrong with all of them, and it really sucked because we found some places that we were like, oh, this place is so great, except the wallpaper is really old and it kind of smells gross in here. Or this place is so great, except there is zero sunlight and we feel like we're living in a dungeon. So we walked around and we looked at about, I want to say 10 apartments, and we actually found one that, well, I loved right off the bat. I found it online and I told him, I really want to look at this place. Can we please look at this place? It was one of the last apartments we went to see that day, but as soon as we went to see it, I was like, yes, yes, this is the one. Let's get it. It had 2 bedrooms. There was sunlight. It was in a decent location. It had this outdoor patio, like big enough to have this huge picnic table, and I figured we could have like barbecues there, and the cats could go outside and enjoy the patio. I just loved it. I loved the place. But Keyboard Son didn't like the location. He thought it looked kind of sketchy. He thought it might not be safe to walk at night. It was kind of, you had to walk through lots of back roads to get to it. So he was a little iffy about it. And it took me about 2 hours to convince him that we should take this place. So we told him we wanted it and we started signing the papers for it. We were like halfway through the papers and the lady called the other real estate agent that was like the one managing the place. So she called them and she told them that we were filling out the papers and we'd be done soon. And she was like, oh, sorry, this place has already been taken by someone else. And I was so angry because I had fallen in love with that place. It was so nice. It was just perfect for me. But yeah, someone else got it as we were halfway through writing the papers for it. So that was a no-go. I was really pissed off and I said I just wanted to go home. I didn't want to look at any more apartments. I was so mad. So we went home and we went back out the next day and did the whole process over again. Looked at about 7 more apartments and no luck. I didn't like any of them. So we decided to give up on that station altogether, and we just kind of picked a random one that we both knew really nothing about. We didn't know the area, we didn't know what it looked like, but it was still in a decent location that was close to his workplace. So we tried a new place the 3rd day, and we walked around and looked at about 7 apartments, I think, that day. And we found 2 that we liked. One was a little bit more expensive and the decor was interesting. I wasn't really a fan of it. It wasn't horrible. It was pretty much brand new. One person had lived in there prior to us and they were in there when we went to see the apartment actually, so we got to talk to them about it. How do you like living here? How's the neighborhood? It was really cool that we could do that. I saw some hemp seeds on her counter and I was like, oh, those are the hemp seeds that I eat. I get those from Canada every time I go home. And she's like, oh, I bought those in Canada. We used to live there. And I was like, oh, no way, where? She's like, Victoria. And I was like, no, that's where I'm from. And we were both like, whoa, that's so weird. So we had like a good conversation with her and she was really nice. And we liked the place, but there were a couple of things that we weren't, like the living room was a little bit too small and the decor, like I said, was kind of weird. It was a bit too colorful for me. I kind of prefer like everything to be white, the walls to be white, the floors to be like gray. I like everything to be really toned down colors because I find it's easier to decorate. But we thought about getting that place, but then once we went to see a couple more, we found one that we really liked and we decided to go for it. So we signed the papers and we got a place. Yes, our search was over after 3 days of many miles of walking. We finally found a place and we're both pretty happy with it. It is smaller than what I wanted, but it's brand new. Lots of light comes in, the floors heat up. The cats are gonna love the warm floors. If you don't know that, in Korea they have a system where hot water runs under the floors and they heat up. They get really warm and it's so nice in the winter, and I just know the cats are gonna love it. It's got 2 bedrooms. They're very small. One of them is going to be a bedroom, one of them will probably be my office. It's got a kitchen area and it's got a little living room area, and then it's got a bathroom with its own little shower area so I don't have to soak the toilet, and that's about it. One bad thing about it is it has 0 closet space. There are no closets in it, so we're gonna have to go to IKEA or something and buy some wardrobes, I guess. I don't know, I've never done that before. I've always had places with closets, so I don't really know what's available. So we're kind of like freaking out about that right now because he has lots of clothes. He has more clothes than I do. And if we can't find a place to keep them all nice and tidy, it's gonna look really messy all the time. So we're gonna look into that. and find some good furniture. Another thing is the tiling in the kitchen is green. It's not like 70s green, it's brand new, so it looks nice, but it's green, so I don't know, decorating the kitchen is gonna be kind of hard, I think. But it's okay, those are like total trivial things and I don't really care too much. We're just really happy to have a place, and the neighborhood is nice. It's really close to his work, and we walked around the neighborhood, we had lunch, and just did some shopping in the area, got a feel for it, and I think I really like it, and I'm really excited to move. So we will be moving at the end of February. So we've got 2.5 months left in Japan to pack up all our stuff, get the cats ready. Lots of you guys were asking how we are going to move the cats to Korea, or if we're going to bring the cats with us to Korea. Of course, I would never move anywhere if I couldn't bring the cats with us. So yes, we're bringing the cats, and it's actually quite a simple process. At least it's supposed to be from what I've seen, because Japan is recognized as a rabies-free country, and the big problem when you're bringing pets over to another country is if they're coming from a rabies-free country or not. If it's not rabies-free, they need to get rabies shots, they need to get rabies tests, they need all this official paperwork to say that they do not have rabies. But because we're coming from Japan and the cats have been in Japan their whole life, they don't need all that. So I think all they need is a health check. I don't even know if they need the health check. Gonna look into it some more, but it looks like it'll be really simple. We're gonna have them on the plane with us, like at our seats. I don't trust the cargo department where they put pets. I've heard horror stories of like it not being heated properly and the pets freezing to death, or I don't know, I just do not feel comfortable with my pets being in the cargo area. So we are going to make sure that they're with us in the seat, and if for some reason I can't get a plane ticket where they can be with me in the seat, I'll like go down to southern Japan and I'll take a boat over to Korea and they'll come with me on the boat. So don't worry, the cats will be fine. They might be a little freaked out on the plane, but I think it's gonna be okay. It's a pretty short plane ride. I think it's a little under 2 hours usually. I want to tell you guys a little bit about the pricing system for renting a place in Korea. I'm not a pro, this is my first time ever looking for an apartment there, but from what I've seen, they have this system where you give them lots of money up front, and then you will receive all of that money back when you move out. So it's a deposit that you completely receive back. Whereas in Japan, you'll give them a lot of money up front. Most of the time you won't see much of that back at all. They will say they need it for cleaning, even if you leave the place spotless. Crazy cats. Even if you leave the place spotless when you move out, they'll say like, we need to replace the wallpaper, we need to replace this, even though it still looks wonderful. They'll find excuses to keep your money. But apparently in Korea, from what I've heard, I checked with all my friends because I really wanted to make sure that we'd be getting the money back, and apparently you get it all back when you move out. And the more you give them, the cheaper they'll make your rent. So for example, a couple of the places we looked at, they wanted $5,000 up front, and the rent was going to be $900 a month. I'm just saying in like rough American dollars, because one is still really confusing to me. Too many zeros. But they said if you have $20,000 American, they will make the rent $800 a month. So the more you give them up front, the cheaper your rent will be. I think that's really cool for people that have a lot saved up. And it seemed that that is the general system with all of the apartments. They were all like that. Some of them wanted $5,000, some of them wanted $10,000. They were all completely different. And then I was looking at some fancy places and they wanted like $100,000 up front. So we scratched those off the possible list very quickly. But if you do have a lot of money saved, it's kind of a cool system because you can give it to them, and some places you can get the rent for free. If you give them enough money up front, you can live in there for free for a couple of years, move out, get all your money back. It's really cool. It's a neat system, I think. So yeah, that's how it works in Korea. I'll keep you guys updated on the moving process and the cats and everything, just for any of you guys that are interested, maybe thinking about moving there. And let me know if you have any more questions. I will see you again tomorrow for a regular vlog. We're going to Costco, hopefully picking up some food for Christmas. I don't know what they're gonna have. I hope they have like pumpkin puree or something so I can try to make some kind of pumpkin dessert. Cranberry sauce would be nice. And then we're gonna set up the tree. Yay! I don't even know where it is. It must be in my closet somewhere. But I'm looking forward to that. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye!